house. Will, that's Will. Don't wish I was Smith no more. What's happening, y'all? It's your boy DC Curry. You listening to DisRace live from the new improved Uptown Comedy Corner, Atlanta, GA. DisRace, where our motto is no hate, but no fear. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away.
We never run.
We don't do no running. Respect all.
Fear none.
And fear none. I got my main man, the black box, in his new fancy hat with a bow on the side. That's why they call him Bo P. Yeah. I got my main man, the chaplain to my immediate right, Brian Harper. Brother of Roman Harper just got inducted into the Alabama Hall of Fame.
That's right. Always winning, never losing.
Mohican Minister. That's right. Something like that.
Yeah, the Mohawk Minister. But
you done cut your mohawk off, man.
Yeah, man. I even had to change my Instagram handle.
Used to be Mohawk Minister. Now he's just old-ass preacher.
Yeah. Still not winning. Ooh, no complaints.
I got my main man in his fancy hat. Salama Bullhead.
Well, damn, what's going on?
Bullhead, what's happening? What's going on in the Muslim world this week, man? Never mind. You don't buy the paper.
They're growing.
You don't buy the paper.
You don't buy it.
Do you buy the not the final call? Is it the final call?
Is it the final call or last call?
Right. That's a different organization.
But y'all related, right? Nation of Islam is just the black Muslims, right?
No, but they're not related though.
They're not related.
No.
The black Muslim not related to the white Muslim.
No.
And you white Muslim.
I'm a black and white Muslim.
Well, then they related. Then how you gonna be?
Nation of Islam is founded
Elijah Muhammad.
Don't look at me.
But that's wrong because before Elijah Muhammad was somebody then.
It was Master Fard.
Huh?
Master Fard.
Master Fard.
Yeah.
So it is considered a religion that was started. And I forget what year, but it was started like
What did the traditional Muslims or the historical Muslims think about the black Muslim?
It's no different than white churches, like the Catholic versus the Baptist. They're just separate.
Yeah, well,
Well, I don't know about Catholic versus the Baptist now. I mean,
What I'm saying is you have different sects or denominations,
okay.
and there's more in.
but all of them are Protestant. Is that right, Brian? Catholic, Baptist, all that's Protestant.
No, I wouldn't even say it so much as that. Being
What does Protestant mean?
The way Protestant worship is more like an open learning as far
Well,
as...
all of it's Christianity.
Yeah, all of it's Christianity.
So Muslim, all of it is Muslim, but you got different
Well, it's
sects.
Islam, but you have different, teachings.
Yeah.
Different people you follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only ones...
First Baptist, the Second Baptist, Third Baptist started for that reason too.
Well, usually the First Baptist church in the neighborhood is white. Then when the black people move in, it's the Second Baptist.
yeah.
Then when the Mexicans come,
It's the Third Baptist.
that is right. That's how it goes, man. I'm telling you, man.
Right.
And then when the Asians move in, they call it True Vine.
And then when the black folk take over the neighborhood, then the First Baptist people, they sell the building to Second Baptist to the black people, but the black people don't want to spend the money to change the sign from first to second.
Yeah.
And I've seen that quite a few times.
I'm telling you, that's how it goes, man. I'm not talking out my ass.
Or they'll change it to Corinthians, the first church.
First. Or Donald Trump said 1 and 2 Corinthians.
Yeah.
To my immediate
1 and 2.
left, I got actress extraordinaire, producer, community activist, model. Ladies and gentlemen, the 25-year-old Sister JJ. Look at that, eye candy. They used to be on us for a long time, Jay, because they used to say, man, we don't have nobody worth looking at on the show. I ain't heard that since. Now, what y'all think now?
Yeah.
What y'all got to say now?
Well,
People saying they're glad I'm back, so they got something really nice to look at.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You talking about Miss J? Oh, yeah, we're glad you're here too.
Bo, I've never heard that. I've never heard that said about you.
Oh yeah, I heard all the time.
Now I've
on the
heard
streets.
handsome Henry Welch. I've seen. I just saw the cover of what's the old girl Martha Stewart, 81. She's a cover girl now on the cover of some magazine. Martha looks pretty good
Swimsuit, Sports Illustrated. They actually put her on Sports Illustrated.
No, that wasn't Sports
too.
Illustrated,
Why
was
you
it?
say it like
She
that, man?
is. She's on the Sports
Oh my
Illustrated.
God.
Yeah.
I saw the magazine. I didn't look at the title because I was like,
Sports
She
Illustrated,
looking
man.
good too.
No, she doesn't.
okay.
Well, what do you think about my friend being the centerfold of Penthouse?
I ain't
Who your
looked at a
friend?
Penthouse
Lou
magazine
Nell?
ever.
Lou Nell. Oh yeah, that's my girl. Lou Nell.
Okay, what'd you think about her on centerfold of Penthouse?
Hey man, I think it was a good gesture, and she did her thing, and she's showing other people in the world that that's somebody for everybody. There's somebody who thinks it wasn't nice, but someone thinks she was beautiful, and I ain't got no problem with that because somebody had to pick me, so it's somebody for everybody.
That was
That's the most diplomatic way I can say it. That's the most diplomatic way I can do it, DC.
But you never know when you guys might cross paths with Linnell. Linnell don't like she be
I
an
talked
easy
to her all
win.
the time. She called me the other day.
I talk to her every day.
She don't
almost
like she'll be an
every
easy
week.
win. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
That's what you guys got to go through. Linnell look like she's a heck of a fight if you go that way with her. I'm just telling you, man. I mean, I feel sorry for y'all.
She don't look like she
I'm with
plays
Bo.
ball.
I'm with Bo, man. Tread lightly. I'm with Bo. Tread lightly, man.
I started out comedy, and Linnell was the first person to pull me on stage. I didn't walk on stage; she pulled me on stage. So
She
I love
said
what
on
she
the Breakfast Club the other day that she saw me performing and decided she was gonna do comedy.
doing. Oh, really? That's
So
wild.
let me ask y'all this. Can I ask you guys this?
Inspirational, DC.
Can I ask you guys
that's
this?
a big compliment.
We talked about LaWanda Page, rest in peace, on how beautiful she was in
She
her
was.
day. Was Linnell like that back in the day? Was Linnell like fine and stuff when she was young and stuff? Oh, okay. I just wanted to know for the audience. I just wanted to know.
Did y'all see how fast he turned to me though?
I mean,
Put it like this:
She got lingerie
Linnell was a
on.
nicely shaped, curvy lady. She wasn't a model type body. She was a
wasn't LaWanda
nicely
Page.
shaped,
Okay,
curvy
I
young
got you.
lady, and she was
Healthy.
Sustainable.
Very healthy.
she was yeah.
What they used to call healthy.
one
Hey,
drink,
man.
2 drinks.
And I love Linnell.
Yeah. But some people just don't have that part. But she's obviously talented. I can't say nothing. She's more famous than I am. I mean, so she's talented, just not in the other department. It's all good.
Well,
Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so you can't, everybody view beauty different.
Beholdeth.
So something about her that was intriguing enough to have her be on the cover. I mean, on the spread. So
in the centerfold.
I'm sorry, in the centerfold.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Well,
All right.
Well, Hugh Hefner is dead, so I mean, a lot of different changes. Oh, is that
Oh,
Playboy?
she
I'm
ain't
sorry.
killed Hugh Hefner now. There you go.
I didn't say she killed him. I'm just saying there's
That's what
different.
you implied.
No, I'm saying there are different executive decisions. I mean, now that there's a new head of Playboy, I mean things are different. That's
Did
all.
I
she-
love you now. I love Linnell.
Me
I
too.
love you, girl, if you're listening. Here's my thing.
Do you, Queen?
The centerfold of Penthouse has historically been model, quote unquote, type women.
Yeah, porcelain.
I have seen in Hollywood women, that's their thing. They're not comics. Linnell's a comic.
No.
They're not comics. I've seen black women in Hollywood, their thing is they are models. They're trying to make it.
Right.
I thought it was an attack on black culture. When's the last time you seen a black centerfold on Penthouse? There was a one or two back in the day, but very sparsely. So, pay your phone bill, JJ.
I did.
So, to me, it's an insult to put a sister who's not in that business, obviously,
Right.
as a centerfold, and your centerfold's supposed to be like, you know, theoretically, this is one of the most beautiful women you can find, and she's beautiful in her own way.
Right.
But this is supposed to be one of the most beautiful model, quote unquote, type women.
So
but
you
when
think
you
they
get
made a
ready to put a
mockery?
black woman on in the centerfold of penthouse, you don't go get JJ, you go get Lunel. Now come on. I
So
thought
they
it
made
was
a
slap
mockery.
in the
I feel
face
it.
to
Okay.
black folk when you got
So many.
several black women that more so deserve it
Right.
than Lunel. As much as I love Lunel
Yeah.
as a comedian, a model, she is not. She's not an ugly woman.
Right.
She's a pretty girl.
Right. But this is
But
all
she had no business, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's just not a race she should be running.
No.
Yeah.
And I think for them to let her do that was mocking black folk.
Right. That's what I was. That's what I
So do you
was.
think it's
boofing.
equivalent to when Roseanne Barr sung the national anthem?
Yeah, and you saw the tragedy that turned out to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That turned out to be, I mean, why would, and then why were they bitching when it didn't turn out like they wanted to turn out? You knew she wasn't no singer. And
she's a
instead of
comedian.
getting her, she's a comic.
Yeah.
To put it bluntly, I think you ought to somewhat stay in your lane. Now you can be a comic and sing. Jamie Foxx could do all that shit. He could sing. He could. Sammy Davis Jr. was a singer, a
Dancer.
comic, an
Dancer,
actor,
right.
and all that. Lunel is not a model.
I agree with you, DC, but can you consider her side of the story when the opportunity arises for her to do it? Out of all the people they could have picked, now you pick me.
Yeah, and you don't see something wrong with that. It's like my grandmama who never talked bad about nobody. I heard my grandmama say one thing, because this lady that couldn't sing kept singing this song in church. And my grandma, this is the only bad, not even bad, this is the only criticism I ever heard my grandmama say about anybody.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmama said, I was a little boy, I don't know why I still remember it. My grandmama said, I don't give a damn how much people tell you can sing. You ought to have sense enough to know
That you don't sound good.
that you can't sing.
Right. Right.
Now, DC, I
So
heard her.
even if they came to Lunel and said, we want you to do this, don't you think, if they came to me, I'm gonna give you a better example than that. They had a scene they wanted me to do in a G-string in next Friday. I said, no, brother.
No, because I wouldn't want to watch that, DC.
No.
I wouldn't want to watch that.
Oh my God.
But
it
she
would've
did
been
a
funny,
layout. She did a, oh, hold on.
Well, I was in decent shape back then. Man, I wasn't no model. I wasn't no G. I ain't no
But
G-string
DC
material.
Yeah, but it's just the principle, like
Let
they're
me
trying
be
to
the
exploit
advocate
you.
again. What's the difference between now? I've seen some heavy-set models doing makeup. They wouldn't normally do that back in the day, wearing underwear and all kinds of things. I've seen that now. So
In that-
what at
in a
Linnell,
setting-
I'll be a trendsetter. Be the first to ever. Everybody want to be the first to do something, DC.
In a setting where that's called for, required.
But when you're in the
you
first,
got heavy models.
But
and
it didn't
stuff.
hurt her. It didn't hurt her brand at all. It just actually.
No, I didn't think.
all-
I think it helped her.
Yeah, I
Right.
think it helped.
But
and
I'm
I think she
saying,
opened
But
up.
what it do to us
I'm
overall?
thinking it was a play against black people.
Right.
To say, and since then, has there been a black girl
Right.
as a centerfold of penthouse? So you telling me, when you decide to put a sister as a centerfold of penthouse, this is what you think?
Right. Because I hadn't looked.
in the
I hadn't,
centerfold of a naked magazine.
Hey, Budweiser
Right.
put the transgender guy on they can. So I'm saying now it's a different time.
and that was a disaster.
That was a disaster too.
the disaster.
Now I'm saying, now just straight up, me, I wouldn't buy the magazine called Nails
I
on
buy
it.
it just because Lou Nail in it. I wouldn't look at it, but I
Right,
buy it.
buy it. Just to have that souvenir, because this ain't gonna never
I
happen again.
buy it just,
I'll
But I
let you-
think they were mocking black people to say, here's
What y'all
here's
really,
a beautiful black.
yeah,
Well, she is beautiful,
right.
but clearly not in accordance with the standards historically that have been the penthouse centerfold
Right.
model.
right.
Now, and I say to you, how many black men out there say, a lot of them the skinny, raw-boned white women are not appealing to them.
That's true. That's true. But have you ever seen a white woman
I didn't mean
like
to call
that?
them like that, but
That
yeah,
was a
pretty much.
centerfold of Penthouse.
So what now?
Have you ever seen a white woman
What's the comedian?
that was a centerfold
Melissa
of Penthouse?
You think they make Melissa McCarthy?
That had no business being that, but that they were mocking
Right.
white people.
Yeah, I get. You. I bet they want to make Melissa McCarthy like a centerfold, the short, kind of plus size
Right.
comedian. They wouldn't make her that, and call that's the centerfold.
Right.
So I get you.
And I'm repeating, man. I love Lunel, man. I think, but
That just wasn't her lane.
in that scene, in that scenario, I think it was straight mockery
Yeah, just wasn't her race.
of the black
What you
race.
said, just straight mockery.
I mean, you just
My
like
phone blowing up right now.
I mean-
I see it vibrating.
If you put Roseanne Barr in there,
In centerfold.
yeah,
stop it.
disgusting.
Exactly.
Right. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but they're not gonna
But they
do it.
wouldn't do that.
They put 81-year-old Martha Stewart on Sports Illustrated.
And she's decent looking.
She look good.
But she been airbrushed. That was airbrushed.
Thank you,
She look-
thank you, Sister J.
Yeah.
Give me
She-
long distance high five, Sister J. Over here.
Yeah,
she has
but
been
even if you
airbrushed so much.
you got to have
Goodness.
something to work with.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure they airbrushed Lunel.
Oh, they did. Of course they did.
They could have gave her some.
That's
fake,
a lot of air and a
they
lot
coulda
of
gave her some
brushing.
fake ass to wear with it.
No. And she's my friend. I'm proud of her. She got a lingerie line,
That's right.
for bigger
That's
women.
right.
That's good. But in the centerfold of Penthouse,
That's not what you
I wanna
eat.
you're
know what the
gonna
numbers
mock
look like.
my people by saying this is a black woman that deserves to be in the centerfold.
Right.
I would like to know what the sales look like, because there are a lot of men that every man don't want what is traditionally called the penthouse look. So
Enough
I would
of them do. That's why they stay in business.
I would love to know how the sales went.
Okay. Even if the sales went through the roof,
She don't need to do that.
I'm
That's all it
saying
takes.
it's a mockery of black. So you telling me, I'm trying to think of a sister that's like in that
DC.
business. What's her name, man?
Tracy
Dwayne
Bingham.
with? Tracy.
Tracy
Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
You telling me that Lunel deserves to be the centerfold? I mean, it's just not.
Yeah. You could have got.
It's mockery.
You
Have
could have
you
got
seen
Miss
the
Parker,
nipples on Linnell?
the original Miss Parker from Friday. You could have got
Have
her
you
to
seen
do
the
it.
nipples on the I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, Lunel's a pretty woman, but I just think the executives of Penthouse
They were
were
probably trying to do
Mockery,
something
yeah.
different.
were mocking.
So you say
Black
there's a
folk.
whole lot of hillbillies right down the road throwing Playboy
And I
magazines
don't
out
care
the
how
car.
much I don't care how
No.
much they sold, how much money they made. I think at some point, I mean, y'all got on me about the girl doing what she did, but then talking about she's selling out T-shirts. Well, Jean Morant can have a T-shirt made now, and I'm dead serious, with guns on it, and he would sell out. So
You think?
according to y'all's philosophy, good for what he did, because he's gonna promote now just going on and being who you are, and ignore the rules of the NBA, ignore the confines of the NBA as an entity, and just go on and sell your T-shirts, man.
Nah,
That's
the boy messed up.
That's exactly the same, Brian. I
No,
know
it's
what you
not.
figuring to say. They ain't the same, DC. Yes, the hell it is.
it's not.
Yes, it is. The girl was saying, she said, this just what I am. This how I do it. I'm ratchet, blah, blah, blah. And y'all said, well, she sold out of T-shirts. Yeah, you can't sell enough T-shirts to make the kind of money that boy gonna lose, or the kind of money that these endorsement deals produce.
That is.
And this boy, he could make T-shirts right now
It's
with
totally
him
different.
holding a gun, and I guarantee you they would sell out.
They
DC.
will sell out. You
That is
right.
totally
But he
different. and
losing me.
you
They'll sell
can't
out.
guarantee that. The reason that girl shirt says
talking
one,
about the
she's
girl
a
in Louisville.
I know, Angel. You talking about Angel Reese?
I mean, Louis, yeah.
You're talking about Angel Reese. The reason she sold out, one, she was a national champion. Two, her shirt says Barbie something, nothing crazy or outlandish. But but it has Barbie doll to it.
I'm talking about what she
buy you
did.
Barbie or something like that?
Only
I'm
thing
talking
she
about
did
what
was
she did.
She said you can't see me, which is what John Cena does all the time. Let's go back to what you're saying. Your point on trying to make a shirt sale. Her winning a national championship and doing this is why that can sell out.
No,
You can-
no,
Yes.
no.
When you
Y'all
win, you
already
can-
agreed with me on that. In fact, Bo was making the point. She's selling out her clothing wear because she got so much attention from doing the quote unquote, I'm quoting y'all, ratchet shit.
No, that's not ratchet. She said you can't see me.
No, y'all were using the term ratchet.
Well,
y'all started telling me about Mega the Stallion and ratchet.
difference
and
is-
She
ratchet.
said in her own words.
Hold up.
In her own words, that if someone consider the way I am
if you consider
ratchet,
me ratchet, that's
I'm
up
gonna
to
be
you.
ratchet, but I
Okay.
know who I am.
Okay.
And, if that's what
And
you-
the difference
So
is,
she's not saying
Well, you
that
let me
she's
tell you who
ratchet.
else she
She's
was
not saying
before
that she's
before she became what she is now. Poe.
Well, no, DC, let's go back.
hold on.
She been had a
Angel,
following.
you
on
gonna
this-
stay
she been
like
had a
you are?
following. She been had a following before all this happened.
she
She's
had
been
a
an
following
NIL deal.
before it happened. Now she's one of the highest paid college players. Now,
Yeah.
Ja Morant is going to lose money. Angel Reese has increased her value.
Perfect.
Why
She
is
just,
he gonna lose money?
Because he's gonna sit out a half a year.
He gonna sit out half a year.
And that's the only reason you think he gonna lose money.
Well, why should he
Oh,
even
well,
have to
nobody
sit out half a
gonna-
year?
What'd you say, Ma?
No
Why
endorsement.
should he have to sit out half a year?
Oh, he gonna get suspended.
He gonna
at
get
least
suspended
half a
just
year.
because it's just an uproar and it's selective outrage.
Right.
Because we can go somewhere else with that, with that altogether. But to compare Angel Reese and Ja Morant, it's totally different. Ja Morant might put on a gun shirt, but people can go out and buy gun shirts just because he did.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
they
yes,
will.
they will.
Yes,
Not
they
to the
will.
Yes,
tone.
they will.
Not
They're
to
gonna
the
buy
tone.
those
Y'all have
shirts.
no proof of
Yes,
that.
they will.
You
They
have no
will
proof
buy
of
the
that, and they
shirt.
will not buy to the tone
Yeah,
that Angel
no
Reese sold
proof.
out.
They're gonna
But
buy
I
it's-
would be willing to guarantee
It's
he would
marketing
not sold
common
out.
sense.
What is marketing?
Just like
No, it's
she marketed those shirts because of that incident.
No, she did
But
not.
y'all
They came in
comparing-
volunteering
I'm-
everything.
My point is the ridiculousness of you comparing her selling out of sweatsuits and endorsement deals, the kind of money that they can get, but you got to hold it in the middle of the road, man. I mean, you got to comply. Now, I mean, there is a point where I would draw the line. For example, Michael Jordan, which I didn't agree with back in the day. They asked him something about a civil issue, basically about black people, and Michael Jordan said he refused to basically condemn at that time these anti-civil rights people, and his explanation was they buy gym shoes too.
Right. Well,
But
he
I'm
said
saying
right.
at some point, I would say, oh, I don't give a damn if they buy gym shoes. This is right and this is wrong. But I'm saying to go out and say, I want to be this kind of person, that's who I am, and it goes against, you're not going to get no big time endorsements like that.
But Angel Reese
doesn't make
never said
sense.
she was ratchet. She said, if you want to call me ratchet, fine. And the only reason they call her ratchet because she can play ball with long fingernails, long hair,
Yeah.
and she's going to run her mouth.
And she got,
that's
and she
not
also got
ratchet,
that
though.
flamboyant
That's not what
outfit.
I call
But
ratchet.
that's not ratchet. But
thank you, Sister
but
J.
she was
That's
saying
not what I
that
call
if that's
ratchet.
what you gonna call me.
That's right.
You call me that, but
She's
I
trying to
am,
represent people like
but
me, whether
I
you call us
am-
ratchet.
Who
or
called
not.
her
I'm good
ratchet?
with who I
Who
am.
called her ratchet?
Well, that was
She
all
got,
in, that was all
she got
in
called a
included.
POS. She got called worse than ratchet when only thing she did was do this.
Yeah. So she was saying, all she
and that
said
wasn't
was,
justified.
if I'm considered ratchet, I represent that crowd.
If you're going to consider
If you
it.
consider who I am ratchet, I represent that
But
crowd
I'm
because I
not
know
ratchet.
who
But
I
I'm
am.
not.
Yeah.
Well, that crowd is nowhere near the big time endorsement money crowd that would be available to you if you just held your peace.
Well-
Same with Ja Morant.
Well, Mercedes just put her
He's
out there, so she's
losing-
doing pretty well.
He's losing
She
millions
could have
of
got
dollars.
on a weed.
Mercedes-
I'm not
Mercedes
saying
just
she
put her
won't
out there.
overcome.
You know
I'm
what-
not saying she won't
You know
overcome.
what he could have did though?
What?
But I think the way she's handled it, in terms of saying, hey, she's not labeling herself as ratchet. She's saying that is what the perception is. And I don't think that's going to limit her from getting future.
She just did
endorsement
Sports
deals
Illustrated.
because she has a brand that she's growing and it's marketable, and they're gonna be able to utilize that and build upon that.
She just
I'm
did Sports
saying
Illustrated.
There's
Same.
a code of conduct if you're gonna make them get that kind of money and get those kind of endorsements, and you have to somewhat conform. I don't care what y'all.
How
say.
high
Now
can-
y'all were comparing that, my statement about that, talking about how many T-shirts she sold. You can't count enough damn T-shirts to add up to the endorsement money.
But
that
this,
you
she
can get.
hadn't even made it to the pros yet. She's
She didn't
still
even made
in
it to the
college.
pros. And she's
making good
she
money
just
now.
did
She
Sports
even made it.
Illustrated.
You
How
don't
high
have
can
to
you
be in
get?
the pros to get
When you get to
endorsement.
the pros,
dude.
you get other endorsements.
How high can she get? She's just doing Sports Illustrated. How much high can you go? She's in the swimsuit issue
Oh, I'm
of
not
Sports
saying she
Illustrated.
would never recover from it. I'm saying
She won't
you
get the-
don't be
she won't get the
declaring.
Wheaties.
She never
You
won't get
don't
the
be
Wheaties money.
declaring. You are separate. Endorsements are like reaching the people. That's why Kevin Hart's so good at. Somebody was bragging the other day to me. They said they went to see him, and God bless him, man. They went to see him, and he did his show for an hour. White people, black people, poor people, rich people. He did a show for an hour and didn't offend nobody. I can't talk for 5 minutes without offending nobody. He talked for an hour, and they said he didn't offend nobody in the room. Well,
That's good.
that's good because he's playing that game. So he's gonna get a lot of endorsement deals I couldn't get because I be speaking my mind on this and that. But there's a certain line I ain't gonna cross and just throw all the money away.
But I still don't see where you have a problem with this young lady path.
She speaks up for the
I don't have a
culture.
problem with it. I'm
She
just
speaks up for
telling
the
you
culture.
it was not financially
But in
to
the heat
her
of,
best interest.
let's go back to
But
the
she's the
heat of
highest
the
paid.
game, though, too. Also, in the heat of the game.
Game was over, Bo.
Yeah, but
No, it
I
wasn't.
played. I played, Bo.
It wasn't over. It wasn't
No,
over.
we're still in the
But
heat of
Jay Morant
competition.
wasn't even playing
You
basketball.
did your thing now.
It wasn't
You go
over.
home.
Right? But let me ask something else. You know, Jay Morant probably should have been smart with his agent and found one of these gun manufacturers and been a sponsor for them.
There your dumb ass coming up.
I'm just saying. I mean, if you gonna play around with guns,
He
at
didn't
least
know
get
he was
paid
gonna
to go
get
to
caught.
a range or something with the
He
gun.
didn't know he gonna get caught with the gun. He just had it up there. So you
No,
want to
no,
tell
what I'm
my
saying-
agent, I'm about to show this gun. Tell them gun
And
manufacturers,
then
look out for me.
we say how wrong and how unbalanced it is, how unequal it is
It
for
is.
black folk and white folk.
is.
And first thing we say to explain some behavior that is to his detriment,
But
he gonna lose. The first thing we say is, well, white man did it.
Right.
Man, give me a break.
You
man.
know it's a
Hey,
double standard.
The white
I agree
man
with
killed
you.
black
Give me a
man too.
break.
They don't go to jail.
Give me a break.
Black
Hey,
man-
you know, you got some politicians that did it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
that
let's go
don't
to
make it.
the
That don't make it right.
Right.
And the
Technically, they didn't do
nerve of
anything
you
wrong.
to use the white man as the barometer of what's right and wrong. If it's wrong, and the white man did it, it's still wrong.
But I'm just asking, what law did he break this time?
It ain't about the law.
It ain't
it's
about no law. She didn't break no laws either.
It's
Ain't
about the
about
white
no
man that
law.
owns his
Stop
company
comparing
that he
Angel Reese
worked
to
for.
John Morant. You're
It's
way
about
off.
the white man.
Well, that's not a
It's about the
comparison.
white man
That's
that
not a
owns the
good
company he
comparing
worked for.
John Morant to
It's
Angel Reese.
exactly
Stop it.
the same.
It
We'll
is
be-
not.
No, it's
we'll
not.
be back.